So this I dropped this. But either way, this Bible, this is the Bible that I use personally in this current day and age, and I do give these Bibles away, right? But me getting these Bibles was an initiative we had at the time in 2021. My friend at the time and I, our thing was we see okay 2021 was our first year in Braamfontein, like just being there day to day, like every day, because we had to study, right? So the thing is, certain things certain things. Let's say, for instance, if you grew up in a neighborhood full of violence, when you hear gunshots, it's not the same as someone who grew up in a very peaceful neighborhood. They're gonna be like, wait, what's happened? But if you're used to that, it's just like, hey man, they're probably shooting down the road. If the shots gets closer, let's just lay down, no stray bullets, type of thing. You're a bit more calm to the situation. It's a bit like that. So what I'm saying is, when we got there, it was a thing of the homelessness. The homelessness issue was just way out of bounds, way crazier. And let me tell you something. There was actually one incident. I just can't remember it properly, right? But I think we were lost, right? We went to the statue. We met some guy. He was homeless, right? Homeless guy wearing all white and had a Bible. I don't know what. I think I feel like we're lost. It was one of the first few days yes, it was like our very first few days we're lost, and then he took us to the station where we're supposed to go. So obviously, when we're walking with him, we're speaking with him, he's telling us about the Lord, this and that. I remember that was one of the moments that actually provoked the story I'm about to tell y'all. That was one of the moments. Then okay, cool, he took us to the station. Then my friend and I, we start speaking. We're just like, we so wish we could have helped that guy, but at the time we had nothing. So then we just thought to ourselves, like, realistically, with so much homelessness happening in this area, like, how can we try to help? Because obviously you pass these people, they ask you for money. Some people, they're on drugs, whatever. But the thing is, no matter how far gone a person can be, even if they can be on drugs and you can see they want money for drugs, whatever. But when your heart is like something, just like, you could look at like the dirtiest person, but like your heart just feels for them. You're just like, I wish I could do something for you. I truly wish I could do something for you. So then we were like, okay, you know what we can do? We can start giving away food, right? I think, yeah, I can't remember if we used to buy maguinas. I think we used to buy maguinas, yeah, because that was our favorite food once upon a time. Either way, so I think we used to buy maguinas and then give them away, right? I forgot what else it was. I think it was just maguinas. Forgive my memory. Sometimes, like, these minor details don't really register, but like the overall picture does, because I'm telling. Let me not over explain. So basically, I then speak to my friend at the time. I let him know, I'm like, bro, I feel like us just feeding these people is just like ending them, like, here, like, we're just giving them food for a day. And there was that saying of, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, but teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Then I thought to myself, I'm like, but how can you teach this person how to fish? Like, what is it? Because, like, there's no job I can take you to and be like, you're gonna work. I was a student also at the time. I'm like, there's literally no way. But then I thought to myself, I'm like, when how do you get the things you get in your life? I'm like, by the grace of God, literally by the grace of God. And then I was like, ooh, and that is the everlasting bread of life. Like, what else could we feed them? Cool. I hit up this, I think it was this company, Bible Society. I think it was Bible Society. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it was Bible Society, but they required like a couple of things. Like, I had to write down some things, whatever, what the Bibles were for, what. I think they ended up delivering them. I didn't have to fetch them. I think they delivered them. So we had like probably like 40 Bibles or something. We had big ones and hold on, and smaller ones like this, like this one, like this, the smaller ones, you see. So we had these two types of Bibles, right? So obviously, um they are all in English. So we understood Uguti, like the mission, right? The thing is, another thing is, some of these people probably can't read, right? Some of these people probably just can't read English. Some of these people don't even care enough to read the word. Um, but there's just all these circumstances that are just gonna prevent us to stop giving the word, right? Okay, cool. We just like, you know what, either way we're gonna do it. So that's what we started doing. We started giving away food, but when we give you some food, we'd give you a Bible. I don't even know how many people actually read that Bible. Some of them probably smoked it, some of them could probably whatever. But at the end of the day, what we should never forget as Christians is that we have to play our part, no matter what the situation may look like. Because we can't forget, our God works in the craziest way possible. He throws, what did Pastor Andre said, God's cake doesn't need flour, eggs, and this. God throws in spanners, he throws in a wheelchair, he throw in this and that, and then a beautiful cake will come out that smells so great. And you'll be like, how does this come out of this? But hey, that's the miraculous God we serve. Either way, so we were just like, you know what, let's just go in it with that mentality that, you know what, even if it doesn't help them currently, we played our part and God will do the rest. Cool. Started doing that more. I don't know what ended up having us stop the whole initiative, but yeah, hence I have Bibles left over, otherwise they would have all been gone. Cool, stop the initiative. Then it just became a thing of, I had Bibles left over. Now I was just looking at the people in my life, the people I interacted with, the people I met in my day to day. If I had a conversation with someone who seemed really keen on hearing the word and like actually finding out more about the word, I would offer them a Bible. Even if they showed a bit of curiosity, I would offer them a Bible. Then it just became a thing, right? I actually have to get more Bibles because this is my last Bible, the big one. So shout out to the Bible Society. I definitely, I wouldn't mind getting more Bibles, because it's not like I'm keeping the Bibles. Like, I'm literally trying to make sure everyone has a Bible. Well, at least everyone who comes across me. Even though some people obviously, amen, we're not going there. This is a longer story, but I'm going somewhere. So cool. After 2021, it became a slow thing of giving away Bibles, this and that. 2023, right? Which was last of last year, was when I actually started, just bit by bit, just reading the Bible, bit by bit, and that was because, in my head, right, my relationship with God was so strong. His presence, I felt his presence. We're locked in. God and I were locked in, and I'm using word because you'll understand why. God and I were locked in, right? But then, as I started reading the word, I had learned about the balance, right? The balance between the worship, the prayer, and the word, and just the perfect balance between that is it's a sweet spot, right? So then my thing was, reading the word is something else, it's just long, it's draining, it's this, it's that, but then Michonne actually started helping me. We would come up with different things, started a bit, and then obviously as time went, we'd come up with a routine of, okay, now we're gonna start reading the word. This time we make sure you read, we speak about it, type of thing, right? And then it became like a consistent thing, right? And then I started realizing, right, that, and this is in 2024, right? This same Bible that I got in 2021 and I was handing them away, I had not gone in depth to the same Bible I was giving away, right? I have another Bible before this one. The other, it's a different translation though. But that other Bible, weirdly, I'll tell you the other story. But my first Bible, I had stolen it from church. But either way, that's another story. That's another story. Let me quickly finish off. But I didn't realize that this book I keep on handing out and giving people to feed their spirit, to feed their souls, to feed, everything about themselves. I had not been using it to feed myself. Why? Because I thought I was in the perfect standing with the Lord, right? Until I got more in. I found myself reading the Bible without the schedule we had with Miss Sean. I found myself just randomly just going through the word, finding out more about who's this, who's that, like why this, I started going more in depth, and I just realized how much of an impact that had made in my life, and the confidence it had given me, right? Because let me tell you something, you cannot be confident in a truth that you don't know 100%, right? A truth that has been relayed to you, right? It may be relayed to you 1,000 times, but until you read it yourself and you find out the details within it yourself, you're not gonna believe it 100% as you should. And even if you do believe it 100%, you're not gonna stand on it as you should be standing on it, right? Because once you read it yourself and you apply it, like it's just, there's a different kick to it because you read it in black and white, you saw it, the Holy Spirit literally gave it to you and was like, this is it, like this is what it is and this is how it is, right? So once you have that confidence, it's so easy to just like to go through the world interacting with believers, fake believers and non-believers, right? Because at the end of the day, like you learn a lot and you learn about different characteristics, and one of the most important characteristics that we as people don't think about enough is divine wisdom. Divine wisdom, guys, is one of the most important things one could ask for from the Lord himself, because once you get wise, and not just wise but heaven wise, like divine wisdom, like God's wisdom, like when God pours wisdom in your head himself, it's something beautiful, something miraculous. Even you won't understand your own behavior, you won't understand your own reaction to certain things that might tick you off, like things that you like, oh, if this happens I'm gonna blow up. You just like, you find peace and calm in the storm for whatever reason. Divine wisdom, guys. But just like that connection, just going through the word, and then I just started, it became like a more thing, like, and then what happened to me during this year was I started sharing the word more, right? So instead of just being a consumer, I started also being not only a consumer of the word, but also like a sharer of the gospel, so the next person can hear my testimony, can hear what I've learned, can hear how my life has changed, how my situation has changed, how this and this and this and that, and maybe give it a try. That's all we need. We just need you to give it a try, brother, man. Just give it a try, and a point of relation at the same time. I feel like for me to walk the kind of life that I've walked, there's so many people who've walked that kind of life, that God, Jesus, he saved you, but you don't know him like that. You're not in his word like that. You're not where you're supposed to be like that, and hence, as I said before, that I thought I was where, like, I was in the right position, that I was supposed to be with the Lord, but I wasn't at all. Because as soon as I got to know him more, like, I was like, what? Like, the presence of God can be so deep, can be so like revealing, can be just so beautiful in your life, and just so expectations, guys. Even this pod,